Join me in welcoming Dr. Gary McGrath.
So, you ready to get started? Yes. Are you ready to get started? Yes. Awesome, because since I'm first, this presentation is about leadership development. Where do we start? In my leadership journey of my military background, 30 years in business, and studying leadership for all of these years, I've come across a few ideas that I hope today will help you understand where your journey is and where you might start. And for me, it started on the tennis court. After 10 years of playing tennis, I had the opportunity to play Ross Walker. Ross Walker was an international tennis professional, and I got to play him in a match. And I won a game. So I thought, he's better than me. Let me ask him the question. I said, Ross, I've struggled with my forehand my entire 10 years that I've learned how to play tennis. I've hit millions of forehands, and I continue to struggle. Can you give me some advice? He turned to me and he said, Gary, your forehand's terrible, and it'll never get any better. I said, what kind of advice is that? Never get any better? He says, wait a minute, it'll never get any better unless you change your grip. I said, what? He said, you need to change your grip. You see, your hand is too far on top of the rack. You need to change your grip around here, get a little loop in your stroke, and your forehand will improve almost overnight. And the amazing thing was, he was right. So what did I learn from this? Lesson number one, you want to learn something? Don't waste 10 years doing something wrong. Get a coach. And the second thing, experience alone is a horrible teacher. Experience alone is a horrible teacher. So I'm going to ask you for just the next couple of minutes to allow me to be your self-appointed coach and teach you something about your leadership grip. And to help with this, I'm going to start with a magic trick. The Ace of Hearts. The Ace of Hearts represents the three letters ACE, starting with authenticity. Authenticity as a leader is something that we talk about a lot. You being an authentic leader. Are you an authentic leader? How do you know? Write a personal mission statement. How many people here have a written personal mission statement that you refer to on a regular basis? Raise your hand. Yeah, I would expect this group to be slightly higher than average. Because when I started with the Leadership Covey Center years ago, it was about 10%. Now it's about 1 or 2%. A personal mission statement allows you to write down what's important to you, what your values are, and how you're going to hold yourself accountable every single day. Because you know what's going to happen? You're going to have a really bad day. You're going to have the day from hell. And at the end of that day, I want you to be able to look in the mirror and ask yourself this question. Did I live my mission statement today? Did I show up as the best possible version of me? And if you can answer yes, that's a great day. The second letter is C, for competency. And if you have a coach, your coach will help you understand where you're competent and where you're incompetent. So let's think about this for a second so we really understand this idea of management competency. If you had a goal of putting a roof on a house, I know it's a silly goal. If you're going to put a roof on a house and you had a group of Habitat for Humanity volunteers or a team of seasoned professionals from Baker Roofing Company, your leadership and management competencies with those two teams is completely different. Same goal, totally different requirements as a leader and a manager. So competencies is something, and skills are something for you to develop every day as a leader. If you do that, you're going to be able to get to the third letter in ACE, which is execute. And we could go into a lot of detail on execute, but I want to talk about one simple little pesky event that you have every single day. It's called a meeting. Don't we love meetings? Wow. Well, it's not the start of a meeting that we tend to be challenged with, but the end of the meeting. And every single meeting needs to have an action plan with the 3 W's. What, who, when. If you leave that meeting with what, who, and when, you will not leave a meeting again thinking it was a complete waste of time. So there's the ACE. Accountability. In the ACE and the heart, because of our definition of leadership, is the ability to build relationships so we can achieve our goals together with compassionate accountability. I challenge you to become the next Ace of Hearts in your organization so that with authenticity in your mission statement to hold you accountable to be the best self every single day, to build the leadership competencies to meet any challenge in any team, and to execute every day, and at the very least, remember the 3 W's of what, who, and when coming out of those meetings. If you do that, if you master these simple skills, you can be the Ace of Hearts in your organization. And ladies and gentlemen, if you do that, that's leadership. Thank you.